Goffstown Select Board meeting, May 20th, 24. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First up is the acceptance and correction of minutes of 5/6/24, public and non-public.
I make a motion to approve the public and non-public minutes with correction for 5/6/24.
Second.
Everybody have any comments or questions, corrections? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion passes. Pardon me? You're abstaining?
Yep.
That's right, you were here. So 401. We have a few announcements tonight. First, I'd like to do a couple of proclamations. Well, actually, 4 proclamations. Whereas public work professionals focus on the infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustain and resilient communities, the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of Goffstown, and these infrastructures, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public work professionals and who are engineers, managers, employees at all levels of government and private sector who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public's best interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in Goffstown to gain knowledge and maintain ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works, first responders, and public works programs in their respective communities. Whereas the year of 2024 marks the 64th annual National Public Works Work Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association and the Canadian Public Works Association. Now therefore we, the Select Board of Goffstown, County of Hillsborough, State of New Hampshire, by virtue of the authority vested in us, do hereby proclaim the week of May 19th through the 25th, 2024, to be designated a Public Works Week. Next up, whereas emergency medical services are a vital public service, and whereas the members of the Goffstown Fire and Emergency Medical Services team are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience a sudden illness or injury. And whereas emergency medical services have grown to fill a gap by providing important out-of-hospital care, including preventive maintenance, follow-up care, and access to telemedicine. And whereas the emergency medical services system consists of first responders, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, emergency medical dispatchers, firefighters, police officers, educators, administrators, pre-hospital nurses, emergency nurses, emergency physicians, trained members of the public, and other out-of-hospital medical care providers. And whereas the members of the emergency medical service team, whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continued education enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and accomplishments of emergency medical services provided by designated Emergency Medical Service Week. Now therefore, we, the Select Board, Town of Goffstown, County, Hillsborough, State of New Hampshire, in recognition of this event, do hereby proclaim the week of May 19th through the 25th, 2024 as Emergency Medical Service Week with the EMS theme, 50th anniversary of EMS, honoring our past, foregoing our future. We encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. Emergency Medical Service Week. Given under our hand the seal, 6th day of May, Year of our Lord 2024. This is both signed by the select board. You want to do one?
Sure. Whereas Isabel, aka Bella Danbois, began her path to Eagle Scouts in Cub Scout Pack 99 in 2018, when girls were allowed in the program, and became a founding member of Troop 99G in 2019. And whereas Bella has served in many leadership roles as a scout, serving as patrol leader, troop guide, senior patrol leader, and junior assistant scoutmaster. She is an active member of the Order of the Arrow, which recognizes scouts who best exemplify the scout oath and law in their daily lives. And whereas Bella attended National Youth Leadership Training at Camp Bell as a participant in 2022 and returned as a staff member in 2023. And whereas Bella will be continuing her commitment to the Boy Scouts of America and will ably mentor scouts according to the Scouts Oath and the tenets of the Scouts Law, which she has so honorably followed. And whereas Bella's Eagle Scout project was working with the Goffstown Historical Society, and she created a walking history tour of downtown Goffstown. She fundraised, secured materials, and worked hard to complete her project. And whereas Bella earned the rank of Eagle Scout on October 4th, 2023, and will be recognized for her outstanding achievement in the Court of Honor on June 7th, 2024, and she is more than deserving of this recognition from the Boy Scouts of America, from the citizens of Goffstown and the Goffstown Select Board. And now, therefore, we, the Select Board of the Town of Goffstown, County of Hillsborough, State of New Hampshire, by virtue of the authority vested in us, do hereby proclaim the 7th day of June, 2024, be designated as Isabella Marie Danbois Day throughout the Town of Goffstown, New Hampshire, and urge the citizenry of the Town of Goffstown to recognize that day as such. Given under our hands and sealed the 20th day of May, in the year of our Lord, 2024.
Thank you.
By the way, for those who don't know it, it's no longer called the Boy Scouts of America. It's now called Scouting America.
Scouting
In
America.
recognition of its diversity and inclusivity.
Thanks, Collis.
Yep.
Whereas a proclamation is the means whereby the town of Goffstown may honor the dedication of those individuals who have served the town, and whereas John Nillette, aka Johnny 45, FKA Johnny Blue Barrel, began working for the town of Goffstown July 6, 2004 as a solid waste curbside truck driver, transitioning to the transfer station operator in July of 2022. John has applied his high levels of skills and work experience to ensure continuous on-time service delivery for recycling barrel pickups and later equipment operation and customer service at the DPW transfer station at 40 Elm Street. John will now go into retirement to enjoy more time with his beloved Susan. Be it resolved that we, the Select Board for the Town of Goffstown, County of Hillsborough, State of New Hampshire, by the virtue and authority vested in us, hereby recognize John Nillette for his very long service of 19 years and 10 months with the Department of Public Works while providing his notable dedication and employee of Goffstown, and with the Select Board, Town of Goffstown, County of Hillsborough, State of New Hampshire, by the virtue invested in authority vested in us, do hereby proclaim that May 24th, 2024 be designated as John Nillette Day throughout the Town of Goffstown, New Hampshire, and urge all the citizenry of the Town of Goffstown to recognize the day as such.
Johnny Blue Barrels.
Huh?
Johnny Blue Barrels.
Johnny Blue Barrel. I asked Eric to put a little something together just to update everybody on the flag situation. Volunteers from the here's the latest. Volunteers from the Goffstown Lions Club will place American flags on the town-owned village lampposts in preparation for Memorial Day on or about May 23rd. The American flags will remain in place through Independence Day. Volunteers from the Goffstown Lions Club will remove the flags on or about July 8th. Volunteers from the Goffstown Lions Club will place American flags on town-owned village lampposts and in preparation for Veterans Day on or about November 7th. Volunteers from the Goffstown Lions Club will remove the flags on or about November 15th. The town has not received any requests from other groups to fly flags this year. The high school has notified the town they do not intend on putting up the G. Goffstown High School flags for the graduation year. Any request to fly flags would be considered and only approved in accordance with the town's exhibition of flags on town-owned lamp post policy adopted June 13th, 2022. Please thank the volunteers for the Goffstown Lions Club to exhibit these flags on the town-owned village lamp post. So that's up to date. Here comes another one. The Goffstown Public Library is currently undergoing interior painting. This began on Monday, May 13th, and is scheduled to finish on Friday, May 24th. Parts of the building and collection are inaccessible to the public during this time. The library will be closed to the public on Wednesday, May 22nd, and Thursday, May 23rd. Staff and parking lot pickup will be available. Please call 603-497-2102 or chat online with the staff at www.goffstownlibrary.com. This project has been funded by Invest New Hampshire. Questions? Contact Diane Hathaway, Library Director, at 603-497-2102 or Diane H. at goffstownlibrary.com. Eagle Creek has notified the town they will be refilling Glen Lake this week on Tuesday, May 21st or Wednesday, May 22nd. Eagle Creek plans to have Glen Lake refilled by May 23rd to normal lake elevation of 272.6 feet when full. The supervisor of the checklist will be in session at Town Hall on Tuesday, June 4th, 2024, downstairs in room 109 from 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. The purpose of the meeting is to make corrections to voter checklist and for new voter registration. Names, addresses, party affiliation changes can be made at this time. This is the last day to change your party affiliation prior to the state primary on September 10th. In accordance with RSA 654:12, those registering to vote must show a government-issued photo ID, documentation showing date of birth and residence address, and proof of citizenship, such as a birth certificate, passport, or naturalization papers, unless the voter has previously registered to vote in New Hampshire. Anything else? Okay, first up tonight will be public comment. Is anybody here for public comment? And Diane, do you want to come up?
I do. Ooh, I'm in the big girl seat here. Thanks for having me tonight.
Good evening.
Good evening. How's everyone?
Well, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I feel like I can smell paint though, always. You know how it's, yeah.
There's
anyway.
worse things.
Yeah, that's true. The reason I'm here tonight is because I would like your approval to change out a project at the library funded by Invest New Hampshire funding. So the Select Board had approved the painting project that's underway now and also the replacement of carpeting on the second and third floors. Based upon our most recent building issue, which is that the upper elevator shaft on the roof is leaking. The clapboards are rotted and need to be replaced right away. And while that project is happening, we'd like to replace the roof on that newer section of the library, not the slate, but the addition from 1997. When I thought about how old that part of the building was, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. 27, 28 years old, it might need replacement. It's not leaking at the moment, but if we can do the work, it would be a priority for us. So that's my request tonight. You have a memo in your packet, which has details about funding and dollars and things like that.
I also provided the board a copy. The next page is the list of projects that the board approved back in October of 2023.
The Library Board of Trustees approved the change out on May 1st at their meeting. So I wanted to do the same here.
What's the status on these funds? Have we gotten them yet, or are we?
Yes, these funds were received from the state of New Hampshire. We have heard from the auditor that even though the project on Bog Road is delayed a bit, because we followed everything in the state's program for those funds, that we can go ahead and spend those funds. We need to have them committed to projects under contract by the end of this year. So departments are starting to use up those funds or call around to get quotes or bids for projects.
Anybody got any questions for Diane? Go ahead, Joe.
Do you have an estimate for what it'll take for the elevator work?
The elevator shaft, yes, that is $12,570. I don't have the estimate yet for the roof replacement. We work with North Point Roofing, and they're working on the quote right now.
You think you can do both with that?
That's my goal. If not, then the foundation has a little bit of money that they've offered up, and also the Friends. So I have other pots of money that we can request for approval. So that's my goal. Anyway, we decided that the priority was the roof and the leak. So
Makes sense.
to take the
That's what I was gonna ask.
the project to replace the sheathing on the elevator shaft would have to come out of our budget, and that would be a stressor for us with a default budget. So.
Anybody else?
Was-
Make a
was-
motion?
I'm sorry, was there an estimate on how much to replace the rugs?
That was somewhere in the vicinity of $17,000 or $18,000. I'm doing that from memory, so
Okay. I won't hold you to it.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Anybody else? You want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve the projects for the Invest New Hampshire Municipal per unit grants as presented this evening, to include the library.
Second.
Do you need that cleaned up at all, or?
No, I think it's really just a change of projects by the library, so I think that's a sufficient motion.
Okay. So we have a motion by Mark, seconded by Collis. Any more questions or discussions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries 5-0.
Great, thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Diane.
Eric, you're up.
Thank you. At tab 7, you'll find your committee meeting schedule for the next 2 weeks. Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., the Historic District Commission will meet at Grassmere Town Hall.
Yep.
At 7 p.m., Conservation Commission will be in this room.
Yes,
On Thursday at 7 p.m., Planning Board will be in this room.
yes.
I do have a note here about Memorial Day holiday. On Saturday, both the transfer station and the Goffstown Public Library will be closed due to the Memorial Day holiday. On Monday, which is Memorial Day, Town Hall, the Public Works offices, and the Goffstown Public Library will be closed. Curbside collection will remain on schedule for that week though. And then next week, on Thursday at 6 p.m., the Capital Improvement Program Committee will meet in this room.
That's me.
Derek, I have a question. For Monday, curbside collection will be on schedule, but is the transfer station closed that day?
Transfer station is typically closed on a Monday, so that's,
Oh,
they're
that's right.
closed
Okay.
Sunday and Monday,
Yep.
so yes, it will be closed as well. But the big one is that Saturday closure, so
Yep.
people need to either get over there on prior to that or wait till next weekend. Your next page, you have your consent agenda. You have employee status reports. You have the retirement of solid waste facility operator. You have resignation from a Parks and Recs grounds and program assistant. A DPW truck driver, successful completion of probationary period. You have 2 DPW seasonal laborers that are new hires. And you have 1 seasonal engineering intern that's a new hire. You have event permits. You have the 45th annual Dave French Goffstown Gallop on June 22nd. You have the Family Bicycle Day on Saturday, June 29th. This is on a portion of the Goffstown Rail Trail. You have the police department's National Night Out on Tuesday, August 6th, 2024, and you'll receive more information as that date approaches. That'll be at the high school on 27 Wallace Road. And then the public library Touch a Truck event on Wednesday, August 18th. This is in the Maple Ave Elementary School parking lot. You had the Eagle Scout proclamation, and then we also added the proclamation for the retiring employee. You have a fire chief memo for overnight and out-of-state travel for training purposes. You have a first half warrant in the amount of $17,811.32. This is for the Lynchville Danis Park water line betterment. We build this twice a year for those that are still outstanding. And then you have rights to inter. Shirley Hill Cemetery, Section 2, lots 42B and 43B. Shirley Hill Cemetery, Section 3, Lot 101. Hillside Cemetery, Range 36, Lot 7. And Shirley Hill Cemetery, Section 3, Lot 42B.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion by Kelly, seconded by Jim. Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. At your next page, you have a recommendation from the assessor. You have a report of timber cut and timber tax warrant that the assessor recommends approval. This is for map 3, lot 32A.
Motion to approve the assessor's recommendation as presented.
Second.
Motion by Collis, seconded by Jim. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion passes.
At your next page, you have a memo from the town assessor. And in your packet, you have the signature sheets for the 2024 first half property tax warrant, and also the first warrant for the 3 pilot agreements in town. The first property, the 2024 first property warrant for property taxes is in the amount of $169,685.78. And the pilots, you actually have 3 separate pilot agreements. You have, there's technically 2 different solar lots over by what used to be called Hebert's. I think it's still called Hebert's. It's got a different owner. And then last year you entered into a payment in lieu of tax agreement with Greg Falls, Eagle Creek there. So you have the pilots on the solar field at $2,250 each, and then the Greg Falls Hydroelectric is $37,500 for total pilots of $42,000. Again, that's the first half of the portion.
Motion? Questions?
Motion to approve the tax collector's payment in lieu of taxes for a total of $42,000.
That's already been done though, hasn't it?
No, that's one that I do need
Okay.
approval on.
We gotta do each one here a year?
Second.
Yes, yes, please.
I'll second your motion, Mark.
Motion by Mark, seconded by Collis. Any more discussion on that?
And now we need to do one of those at a time.
Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries.
And then the second motion I would ask for is approval of the first half property tax warrant in the amount of $23,169,685.78.
That's the 2023.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
25 million.
Oh, okay.
25
Yeah,
million.
yeah,
It's on the second.
it's in the second.
So the number's $25,340,533.79.
Yes.
I'll second Peter's motion.
I didn't make a motion, I just read it.
Sounded good.
Yeah. Somebody make a motion.
I'll make that motion for the tax warrant for $25,340,533.79.
I'll second.
Motion by Mark, seconded by Kelly. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed, abstaining, motion passes.
And then at tab 7E, you have updated job descriptions. These are for the Parks and Recs summer seasonal positions. So you have revised job descriptions for the seasonal Parks and Recreation lifeguard and the summer playground counselors. The changes are really to update and make a distinction between years of experience as well as those head lifeguards and head camp counselors. Update the physical demands, establish the additional functions for, again, head guards and head counselors, and clarified the essential functions.
And there's some backup behind it in the next page, right?
Yes, you have both new job descriptions there. And you'll see on the first page of each of them, it gives a different salary range based on the years of experience, just a little bit more formal in the way that those people are.
I'll make a motion to approve the revised job description for the seasonal Parks and Rec lifeguard and summer playground counselor job descriptions.
Second.
Motion by Kelly, seconded by Jim. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion passes. You have anything else, Derek? No.
No.
Old business, we're still working on number one, right? The police station.
Yeah.
Nothing yet on the cameras?
No, they, my understanding, the chief said that they need to submit that application. It's a rolling application period, and
They
they
missed the first one.
missed the first one, but it's a continuous application process, so they'll submit.
And Lucky's on a curbside truck.
Yeah, they had quite a few vehicles out on your last action matrix,
Right.
but those are all back in service. This one is just waiting on parts for the actual repair.
Excellent. Anybody got any questions? Any new business? Seeing none, I'll take a motion.
Did you
I'm
want
gonna
to
do
a
public comment. Is there anybody here for public comment? It's hard to keep doing that when you know there's only two people and their employees, you know. Seeing none, take a motion.
Motion to go into non-public session, RSA 91A:3, 2A for compensation. Anything else?
No, that's it.
I'll second.
I'd just like to add something onto that if I could.
Yeah.
I just, affecting reputation.
So that would be under C. So yes, we can add that to
Okay.
C.
There may be nothing, but I just want to discuss it anyway. Okay, the motion's on the floor.
By Mark,
By,
second by
you second. Motion by Mark, seconded by Kelly. Any discussion? Seeing none. That'll conclude tonight's public portion of the meeting. And we need a roll call to go into non-public.
Yes.
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 Thank you all for watching.